We're at the Sony booth with Ben Pilling, and he's going to show us around the whole booth, what's new and what's upcoming for the next period of time at Sony. So Ben, can you tell us what you got here?
Yeah, so this is our new Action Cam Mini. It's basically the same quality as our AS100 Action Cam, but it's only 2/3 the size. It's a third smaller, but still giving the same image quality. And we're finding that appeals not just to people who are doing extreme sports, but even everyday usage. We're seeing more and more YouTube videos. And that small size, only 63 grams weight, but the same quality as our other Action Cam with XAVC-S recording, full high definition, 50 megabits per second recording, 120p slow motion HD footage, gives great quality. It's got image stabilization built into it, so any kind of activity where you might move or shake, you get smooth reproduction. And also with the Live View remote watch in the box, you get GPS information put onto there as well. So it's all of our top end features, but in a smaller body.
What does it do with the accu?
So in terms of the battery, we have a different style of battery, but it still is going to last you 80 minutes continuous recording. So it still gives, like I say, the priority here is on the size. Our AS100, which is the top end model, is going to keep going for about 140 minutes. So if your priority is the length of time with the battery, then you can go AS100. With the Action Cam Mini, we give you 80 minutes with the battery, but also it has the option for a separate power supply coming in over the micro USB. And with our own option, it can keep going for over 6 hours with this connected.
Yeah. So you can nearly do everything what you can with the AS100.
Exactly, yeah. It has, like I say, pretty much all the features of the US100. We've even got streaming on there. We have a new basic video editing software for our consumers where you can do these slow motion things, or you can speed things up. You can even put GPS overlays with your speed, and as you're going around, maybe skiing, or see how fast you're going. All this can be done with the Action Cam Mini, and it's really easy.
You convinced me. I'm a user of the AS100, so I also saw this one here.
Yeah, so what you've got here, this is compatible. This is a feature that we've got for the AS100, but also for the Action Cam Mini. And with our Live View remote watch that you've got here, you can connect up to 5 units at the same time and have multi-camera control. So imagine you want to record something from multiple different angles. You could be a cyclist and want to have a head cam pointing forward. You can have a handlebar mount with the camera pointing back towards you. You can put a roll bar mount on further down the bike. You can have up to 5 different cameras recording all at the same time, and with one touch of a button you can start recording on them all. They can be set to one to video, one to still. You can set them to time-lapse and have them all doing time-lapses at the same time. But as you can see here, we can connect to 5 of our Action Cam, and with one touch of a button you control them all.
Great feature.
Hopefully we think it's going to be great for a lot of different uses, and also there are 1 or 2 other Sony products which will be compatible with this, like RQX as well. So it's a great feature which we think lots of different customers will really appreciate.
Thanks a lot. We're going to look at the next thing you're going to show us.
Perfect. Let's go.
So now you took me to the Alpha 5100.
So this is one of our latest interchangeable lens models. The concept is great focusing in a small size. We launched a revolutionary autofocus system with our Alpha 6000. It has a very wide area, autofocus area, so any moving things, it's going to make sure it covers the whole image. The same autofocus system is in the Alpha 5100. It can focus in as little as 0.07 of a second. That's quicker than most digital SLRs. And we have the same system in the 6000, but with the 5100, you get a more compact body. So the same image quality, it's actually the same sensor, 24 megapixel sensor, high image quality, quick autofocus, but in an even more compact size.
And what about connectivity with the camera?
So we do have, like with lots of our cameras, Wi-Fi and NFC. So that means with our free Play Memories mobile app, which is available for Android and iOS. Of course, I would always recommend our Sony Xperia, but we do have the app, of course, available free for Android and iOS. You can connect to the camera with Wi-Fi, and that can be used for file transfer, so you can transfer your images across there, or you can also use it as a smart remote, so you can actually have the live view image on your smartphone and control the camera from there.
And does it also mean that this camera is equipable with apps, for example?
Great question. Thank you very much. We do have a system on here called Play Memory Camera apps.
Yeah.
They are Sony apps which, if you just create an account on Sony Entertainment Network for free, you can download apps and actually install them onto the camera. Now, these apps, some of them are free and some of them cost, but it lets you expand the camera as you want it. So we have things such as like a time-lapse app where it will automatically create a time-lapse video in camera. You don't need to do anything afterwards. You can set the intervals of the shots. We have live view grading for people who want to that kind of bit more advanced video stuff. We have basic things though where you have photo retouch and you can just crop and retouch pictures in the camera itself. So there's a wide variety and it lets you customize the camera. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
I know there are a lot of already free apps available, but I didn't know if this was also for this camera. For example, for portrait shots and that kind of things.
So yeah, we have different portrait apps where we can have portrait lighting, where you can actually create the effect of particular flash coming in on your portrait shots.
Yeah.
We also have some newer apps which are more aimed at retouching pictures. Nobody likes to have yellow teeth or maybe the odd spot, and so we also have some free app as well, our beauty portrait to get rid of those blemishes, and that also is a free app, the beauty portrait as well.
Has it also got video functions?
Yeah, it can do full high definition video, up to 50p. We also, with a lot of our recent products, can change between NTSC and PAL. So if you're actually a real video enthusiast and geek and you want some more advanced features, even one of our say lower end models, which is not as high as the Alpha 7 series or the Alpha 6000, actually has very good image quality for movie, good advanced options, and it even can do 422 8 bits out over clean HDMI out if you wanted to record something externally onto an external recorder.
It has 422?
It's over the HDMI out, it's 422 8-bit, yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, show us the next thing.
Cool, let's go.
So the next spot he took me to are the new lenses. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so of course we're very famous for doing lots of great cameras, but we also do some pretty good lenses, and we want to expand our lens range as much as possible. For our Alpha 7 users, Alpha 7S, Alpha 7R, we are extending our FE lenses, our full frame E-mount lenses.
Yeah.
Now we've recently launched our latest 28-135G lens. This is a video lens. It can also, of course, be used for still, but the real strength with this one is the video quality, because it has a power zoom built into it. It's the first full frame lens with power zoom built in. It's a specially designed system, so you can have a lot of control of the speed of the zoom. When you're zooming in, it keeps that focus as well, that focus point. You can see that the rings on there, it's got 3 separate rings. These are designed so that when you touch them, you can feel the difference between them. You know without having to look at the lens if you're touching the aperture ring, if you're touching the zoom ring or the focus ring. And also on there, for people who like click or no click, we get a lot of photographers. I change my avatar. I want to click. I want to hear. Whereas people who are filmmakers like, I don't want any click when I change the aperture. Yeah. We have the option as well to turn the click noise on or off. And this lens, like I say, is absolutely superb for video purpose.
Is it also so that this lens is equipable on all the other E-lenses?
Yeah, great question. So it is a full frame E-mount lens, but it can be used on the APS-C models as well. So of course we have a crop factor of 1.5 times, so you have to apply that. But yeah, you can use this from the original Nex 5 all the way up to the Alpha 7S, or even some of our interchangeable lens pro camcorders as well with the E-mounts. Yes.
So all those cameras can handle the motor zoom.
Yes, that's built into the lens itself. Like I say, you have the option on the lens for that zoom, so that control is there on the lens. Very easy to use, and it means that you get great quality video lens whichever E-mount you use.
Does it also mean you can use a remote control for zooming? Because a lot of videographers are using remote controls for zooming.
So we do actually have that option within our E-mount range. We have a remote, which is compatible with, say, the Alpha 5100 we looked at, which is the RM VPR1, and you actually have a zoom lever on there. Our power zoom lenses, which of course this is one, you can control that zoom, so it is possible, yes.
Okay. Then the lens next to it.
So we've just announced this lens. It's very exciting for us. Again, this is a full frame E-mount lens, FE lens as we call them. It's a Carl Zeiss 16 to 35mm f4. So it's f4 constant, and it gives us that wide angle on the full frame. So again, absolutely fantastic. Particularly, we get a lot of landscape photographers wanting to use the Alpha 7R with 36 megapixel. This lens is a great match.
because it gives you the real 60 millimeters full frame.
Exactly. It gives you that 16mm wide angle, but it gives you also that high quality you expect from a Zeiss lens as well. F4 constant, beautiful lens.
And then after that, there are a lot of, you call it mock-ups.
Yeah, so what we've done here as well at Photokina is we want to give our consumers an idea of the direction we're going, that we're really serious about our E-mount and what we want to do with it going forward. So we've also given an extension of our lens roadmap where we're showing you what we're planning to bring out. So at first, here we've got a 90mm macro lens, f2.8. It's a G lens, just like the 28-135 video lens we looked at before. G lens is Sony premium lens. It's a real sign of quality from our engineers, the standards of this lens. So this will be a macro lens coming up, and it's also, you might notice, the OSS marking on the model name. It's got optical image stabilization on a macro lens, so fantastic. Particularly if you're shooting 90mm, you want to make sure you don't get any of that camera shake. So
if you do the macros from hand instead of a tripod, it's usable.
Exactly, yes, exactly. Of course it has focus limiter on there like you'd expect with a macro lens, but this should be, again, great suits, for a great match for those full frame E-mounts. But of course, usable on all E-mounts as well.
Yeah.
Looking along next, we have quite a versatile full frame E-mount lens we're going to bring out, which is the 24-240. So this is, like I say, an all-round lens, gives you that wide angle 24, but with an effective 10 times zoom. Again, full frame compatible with our APS-C models, and again, this is a good all-round lens. When you can only carry one lens with you, it's going to be hopefully a great one to take with you.
The holiday lens.
Exactly, yeah, for a lot of people it very much is. Next model along, I want to point out to you, is our 35mm f1.4 Zeiss lens. So again, another Zeiss lens, mark of quality. And we already have a 35mm Zeiss lens for our full frame E-mount. That's f2.8. We made it nice and compact, great companion for the Alpha 7 series. But also some people say to us, oh no, we want some brighter aperture, this type of thing. So we're trying to satisfy
a real fast lens.
Exactly, so it's 35mm f1.4 and Zeiss quality. I'm really looking forward to this lens personally, actually.
For sure.
So. And then the last lens, which I'll show to you, is a 28mm f2. So, of course, full frame f2. And what's interesting about this lens is we're bringing out a couple of converters with it as well. So the converters, which are just to the left here, we have a wide angle converter. So that's going to convert the when you stick it on the front of the 28mm, it's about a 21mm wide angle. We have a second converter as well, which is a fisheye converter. So again, you put it on the front of the 28mm and it will convert it into about a 16mm fisheye. So it gives that flexibility, just adding onto the 28mm lens. So you see our range here. We're very serious about our full frame E-mount. We think it's great quality and we really want to go forward with our lens range to satisfy our customer needs.
It's also, this is the roadmap. Are there also dates announced?
Good question. So we're targeting. I will say this is targeted. It's not our official announcement of exactly lens spec and so on. Most of these lenses we are targeting March next year for shipments.
That's very quickly.
Well, I was quite surprised as well. I'm quite happy. And hopefully the 24-240, we're hoping target shipment for February. So these are targets, so please don't kill us if we don't make it. But we're pushing our Tokyo colleagues to make this happen. So you can see we're very serious about extending that lens lineup and really providing a full solution to the customer.
I think you succeed.
Cool. I'm glad you're happy with that.
Then take us to the next.
Let's go to the next one. Come on.
So now you brought us to the QX1.
Yeah, so this is related to our QX range. For people who are not familiar with them, these are our lens style camera. Essentially, in this unit, you have a sensor, a processor, and a lens. And it can connect to a smartphone or a tablet over Wi-Fi. Of course, if you've got NFC, there's an NFC connection as well, with like a lot of our other cameras. And the idea is, nowadays, people's interaction with photo and video is very different. There's more and more photos being taken, more and more videos being taken, more interaction with smartphones, with apps and people, becoming more creative and then being able to share online. What the QX does, and it connects, like I say, to your smartphone or your tablet. Every single shot can be transferred automatically across onto your device for you to manipulate with apps, upload to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Vimeo, and so on. And it gives a real different user experience. It can be attached onto the smartphone or tablet with a supplied clip, and it's stretchable. So basically, you can use on different sizes of smartphone. Of course, you don't have to use it attached to the smartphone, which people do like with a traditional camera style hole. But because it's only connected as a physical connection, it's connected with the image over Wi-Fi. You can detach the QX, you can lift it up high, you can put it down low, you can find these different shooting angles. Now with the QX1, what we did this time, we've gone further than the models we launched last year. We have an interchangeable lens QX, which is amazing because people are searching for better image quality. Everybody's a photographer, seems to have a smartphone taking images, but people want better quality, they want less blurry images, better low light images, higher quality video. With the QX1, you can put a whole array of lenses on there. You can put our E-mount lenses, so some of the E-mount lenses we've been looking at today could go straight onto there. The model that it's supplied with is a 16 to 50 millimeter lens, which, like I say, is a power zoom lens, so you can control the zoom on the lens itself with a switch or from the smartphone screen with a touch zoom. And it's very compact when it's turned off and retracts inside it. But likewise, you could put a 500 millimeter A-mount lens with an adapter on here. You could even put potentially some third-party lenses on here with adapters as well. The creativity of this is limitless.
And it's now connected to here?
Yeah, exactly. So here you've got it working on a tablet, and you can see it gives you a preview of what you're going to take. It has a very easy user interface, so you can change, particularly on the QX1, you can change aperture and shutter speed. We have options on here, like I say, very traditional camera style, where you can change just a touch of a button, aperture, exposure compensation. We have options like touch focus, of course, where you press the screen, it will focus on that point, or you can have touch shutter where it takes the picture. And with our latest Play Memories Mobile 5.0, again, as I mentioned, that's for iOS and Android, we have options like GPS information, where you transfer an image across onto your smartphone can input GPS information onto the file you transfer over.
So you have your GPS information directly in the photo, in the EXIF information.
So that GPS information will be on the transferred photo on the smartphone or tablet. We can, as standard, we have a 2 megapixel image transferred, which is not enough for some people, but if you want, you can set full resolution and transfer the full resolution image across as well.
I also, I saw that when we're looking here at the tablet, then here at the tablet I can focus at different points. Here I'm focusing at Annet, and if I do this, I focus at you and take a photo there.
Indeed, exactly. So that's, like I say, we call that touch shutter. You don't have to have it turned on, so you can have, when you touch the screen, you can have it just to focus, or if you want, you can have it to focus and take the image as well. So it gives that quick interaction, easy interaction with your QX camera.
Great, but this one comes with an interchangeable lens, and there is also one with the built-in lens with the 30 times zoom.
Indeed, yes. So we launched our QX10 and QX100 last year. This year we launched also with the QX1 a QX30. That's a 30 times optical zoom. Should we have a look?
Will do. I was mentioning the 30 times zoom, and here we have it.
Yeah, so this is the QX30 with, like I say, a 30 times optical zoom. So essentially, when you bring this with you and connect it onto your smartphone, you transform your smartphone into a 30 times optical zoom camera. Most smartphone screens have better screens than a lot of digital cameras, so you get great image quality you can see on your preview, but you instantaneously transform your smartphone into this 30 times optical zoom. It has optical image stabilization. Again, not every smartphone has that, but it's very important not just for low light situations, but the more you zoom, the more you shake, and the image stabilization system on this works excellently. For video, it can also do, of course, 1080p, 60p video, and we have our active mode image stabilization steady shot on there. So what that does, it's basically learning from our Handycam. You know, at Sony, we like to communicate with our different departments to learn the technologies. And so for the movie stabilization on this, it combines optical and digital stabilization to give you really smooth results. So not just great quality photos on your smartphone, but also great quality movies.
I think it's great. You've got it now pointed on me, and it's connected wirelessly to the remote there.
Indeed, yeah. So some people say, well, why QX? You know, it's like we have our other cameras with Wi-Fi, but it's a completely different shooting experience. Every single shot that we take will be transferred onto the smartphone, and it's ready for upload, it's ready for using apps with it, and it's a different user experience. I'm holding this here, you know, the first time I used a QX, I was watching a music concert and I held my smartphone up high with it, the QX on, to take a picture, and the guy who was a product manager came and he slapped me on the head. He said, "What are you doing?" And I'm so used to using a camera, I didn't realize, oh yeah, I can hold this high and just look at the smartphone because I'm so used to using just my normal digital camera. It's a different shooting experience, and it's a great thing that you can use in conjunction with your smartphone for great results.
I think it's a beautiful product, but you even got more.
Yeah, let's go to the next one.
For professional videographers, you got this 4K camera.
Yeah, so this is our FS7. It's our new E-mount system from our professional camcorder side. So you can see on it here, it's got the G lens we talked about before, the 28-135 video dedicated lens. This camera, like I say, it's E-mount, but it's also capable of 4K internal recording with XAVC format, up to 600 megabits per second. One of the key things about this as well is the form factor. So we have our other FS models like the FS100, FS700. You can see with this model, it's designed to be easily usable shoulder mounted. So you can see the very much different shape from our FS100 and FS700, easy to fit into the shoulder. And we also have a very comfortable hand grip. So what we'll have, if I show on this side, is an adjustable hand grip. This can be taken off, you don't have to have it on, but it gives you, like say, real comfort when you're holding. You can even shoot one-handed, hold it one-handed as you're shooting, and it gives that different user experience, being able to record, like say, high quality, high definition, slow motion footage as well, but also 4K internal recording. We're using XQD cards on this model, and it gives you an excellent solution for high quality professional video.
Yeah. And I heard XQD cards, that's new because you were using SXS cards, and now you've switched over to SQD.
Yeah, so we've got XQD on here. It's a very reliable format. It was launched by Sony, but also supported by other companies as well. And it gives us the ability to record that high bit rate onto here, but still fitting quite easily. Dual slots with like simultaneous recording and so on. So it gives us that great flexibility, but recording high quality and good reliability. It's an excellent format to use, actually.
And one of the great things of this camera is everything is built on bars, so you can build everything around like the way you want to use it.
Exactly, yeah. So like I say, here we've got, like say, the handle on the top. This is removable. You can set it up in a rig, so it's very flexible as to what you want to do with it for your style of work, and we hope that that means it'll appeal to lots of different people.
And there is also a consumer new camera.
Yes, we can have a look at our other models, and let's go on to the next one.
So we just were at one of the most professional cameras, and now we're here at the wedding camera.
Yeah, so this is the MC2500. It has a 12 times optical zoom with a 24 times clear image zoom. What that does, it's a form of digital zoom, but it still retains the high resolution without losing detail, intelligently creating pixels. So it gives you great quality with an even larger zoom than your normal optical zoom. It has an integrated 32GB memory, but also the option for SD card built into there. It has an OLED viewfinder, so when you're composing the image, you know exactly what you're going to get because that high quality preview with the OLED viewfinder. We have Wi-Fi and NFC, so again you can control the camera yourself, and the great thing about this is the form factor. Again, shoulder mounted, perfect for wedding videographers because it gives you that flexibility of the zoom, the high quality, and also easy to preview with the displays also.
One thing videographers are always complaining about when doing weddings is the higher lamps you have to use. In this one you don't have to use them anymore.
Exactly, we've got a built-in LED light as well, so that means it's an all-in-one solution. It's not costing you extra to be using extra lighting and setting things up. Exactly, and it means that when you've got those times when you've got to capture the moment, you've got to record that moment, you're not struggling about rushing, trying to find your light, you're ready to go.
And it works with the same batteries as always for this type of cameras, so the FS batteries?
Yes, I believe it does. So like say the usual battery system, so we like to get that compatibility cross-model, so it's nice and easy for our customers.
Thanks a lot. I think this was the last one in the series?
Yes, I believe so. I hope you guys have enjoyed looking at our new products. We think we've brought quite a lot for whether you're stills, video, whether you're interested in crazy products, whether you're interested in just the brand new, and we hope you guys really enjoy using it.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen a lot of new things. I think it's a great show for Sony.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is that okay?